Okay, I guess we can start. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the talk of the evening where I tempt all the demo gods possible. So let's see how this will go. So my name is Ville Engman. I'm a Finnish guy, lost in France at the moment, and I work for a company called Varden, the Varden framework. How many of you have actually heard about Varden before? A few hands, awesome. So I work for that wonderful team. And what I'm here today to talk about is something that I like to call, demystifying IoT. All the talks that we see about IoT they're either really, really abstract or they are really detailed. So I try to put up a kind of full setup with the basic building blocks and really make it as simple as possible. So this is the whole thing. So how many of you have actually done any IoT things? Few hands. All right, good. Okay, but let's get the show on the road. So, first things first, of course, relevant Twitter accounts and handles that you guys should be using. But nevertheless, if you actually read the talk abstract and the description, this is probably what you guys felt, especially what I felt when I was doing this whole thing. So how can I actually fit all this stuff in one talk? So let's see how this will go. So there's quite a lot of cool stuff here. Anyway, so the talk is in 3 parts. First, we're going to go through with the real-time data, with drones, of course, and what I mean by real-time data. And after that, we're going to put the whole thing up to the cloud, and I'm going to use the IBM Bluemix cloud for this example. And at the end, I'll show you guys how to visualize the data that I'm getting from the drone. So, first things first. So what is real-time data? So what I mean by real-time data here is that you monitor something that is happening right now. Okay? So these could be the examples of real-time data that you might have, like some factory processes or sensor data or whatever it might be. But for an engineer, it's pretty cool because all of these are just numbers that are coming right now from somewhere. So it's really simple for us to handle this kind of thing. It doesn't matter whether it's a factory or a temperature sensor at our house, we can treat it the same way on the programming level. So I think that's pretty cool. But I'm not talking about kind of long-term data and see the trends from that. That's a way another thing. You guys can do that by yourself. But I'm talking about data that is happening right now. Okay, and I couldn't bring you guys a factory process here, so I brought you guys a drone. So this is my real-time data source. The only reason why I brought the drone was that it's a drone. That's the reason. Okay, so let's start building the whole setup. First of all, surprise, surprise, we have the drone there, but what else we have? So the setup here is that the drone is connected to my laptop through Wi-Fi. Okay, my Wi-Fi is taken by the drone, and in this Wi-Fi connection, there's a constant data stream coming in from the drone to the laptop to get the data. So I have this little Swing app on my laptop where I sample the data twice a second, what I'm getting from there. And the app that I'm using on my laptop isn't made by me. It's open source project, I guess from Germany, the drone called the Yet Another Drone software. And I just took it out from version control and made a fork of it. And that's what I'm using. So if you guys have a drone, you can take this in as well and play around with your laptops. All right, let's see. Let's see the raw data. Okay. So what we have here. So I have my Eclipse here. And Eclipse is the drone software is running on my Eclipse. And the drone software is looking like this. And I have my keyboard control there. And let's see. Is the link still up? Actually, one little request I forgot to mention you guys. If you all could close your Wi-Fis from your mobile phones, that would be great. because this is a pretty shaky environment. There's a lot of Wi-Fi interference going on, and that's why I have these two lovely volunteers, the drone catchers here. So if and when the drone actually escapes me, they will catch it. So I always like to say that, everyone knows how obedient dogs are. Sit, go and fetch a stick, they'll do it. But drones are like cats. It's like, hey, come here. Maybe. So you might get a haircut today. So if you do, it's only $20, so it's cheap. So let's see how this little cat will obey me tonight. Okay. So let's put this up. All right, let it stabilize. Well, the cat is behaving. Or not. Or not. Come on. This way, this way, this way. Well, and it's gone. First try. Like I said, hey, I like cats. Let's try it again. Okay. Okay, it stabilizes here somewhat. So here is the live data stream coming from the drone. So the data that I'm gathering here, you can see that there's a battery level out there, there's the altitude in centimeters, and also the orientation of the drone. So this is what I'm sampling from the live data stream that is coming there. Okay, let's put this down before you lose your head. Okay, somewhat okay. All right, but this is the data. As you can see, it's JSON, okay? So I just put it in a JSON format. So this is what I'm getting. So next step is to actually get this data out of this classroom. So let's continue with that. Okay. So the cloud thing. How many of you know what IBM Bluemix is? Few hands. In short, it's the cloud solution for developers by IBM at the moment. So why I'm using Bluemix is that in all Internet of Things environment and IoT in general, you need the communication mechanism somehow. So I'm just using a service that is available for developers in the Bluemix cloud, just to put up their IoT broker. So this is the IoT broker from the Bluemix cloud. So what it actually does is that it's a server. Okay, it's just a server where I can connect with my data sources, and also I can connect with the actual apps that consume the data. So this is the setup. It's just a server, but the good thing is that, of course, it has to be accessible all over the world. There has to be all the connections and everything are available there. So it's just click and click through, and you have your server with all the addresses and all the things that you need for the credentials and authentication. They are there for you. Just take them in. So that's why I'm using it. So the building blocks after this one is the cloud that has the server in it. Eclipse has actually the M2M server as well that you can try out. Same thing, but this is kind of more dedicated to myself and not for common purposes. So cloud setup, there's the IoT Proco server set up there. And what I'm starting to do, I'm using MQTT for the messaging. And this is awesome. I love MQTT. Also invited by IBM, I guess. Any IBMers in the room, by the way, to take all the credit? No? Well, too bad. Anyway, how many of you have used MQTT? Probably the same guys that actually did the IoT. But anyways, I love it. It's so simple. So for a Java guy like me, Eclipse PAHO is the project to save my life here. So it's not only Java. It's pretty much all the programming languages that you can think of. You can use MQTT. But the PAHO project has a really nice Java libraries and Java APIs for that. Any PAHO project members here, by the way? Well, I give you credit. Ah, there's Did I see a hand? No, no. I was just trying to give my, gratitude for you guys, and no one says that, yeah, I'm in the team. Anyway, so in practice, the only thing that I have to do in my app is pretty much like that. All the Java that is needed to actually do MQTT, and I think this is awesome. I just put up a client, few connection options, and then I start publishing data. To any topics, they can be any string value and any kind of message, and it goes out. That's it, all needed. Even I can do that, so that's pretty fun. All right, so let's see this whole thing again. If the internet connection is actually up as well. Okay, let's see. So this is my IBM Bluemix dashboard where I can have the whole thing, and the Internet of Things is, as a service, is here. Well, the internet is probably not working. Let's see. No. That's nice. As you've seen, the internet connection has been up and down lately. And also gives me a headache if there's no internet connection and I have to use a cloud service for something. Come on now. Nope, no bananas.
Does the data get cached locally?
Good question. No, nothing really. No, nothing happening here. Establishing, waiting. Maybe? Almost? Okay, I can come back to this at the end of the talk as well if it doesn't really work. Okay, let's save some time. I'll try to do this actually afterwards when we come back to this. I can show you the UI part. So that's the IoT thing. So the MQTT messaging and the finding an MQTT broker is the key to the success with IoT. But let's look at the next part, the dashboard. So this is where the whole thing comes alive. So Varden, I work for Varden. Of course, you guys need some way to visualize your data when doing IoT, and Varden is one option for that. So Varden is from Finland. It's actually a Finnish name, meaning a female reindeer, so probably the logo makes sense after this one. But after all, what it is for you guys, it's an open source Java API for building web apps. Okay. How many of you have done something with Swing? Java Swing? Well, almost all, I would say. So you already know the API, pretty much. It's the same concept, okay? Only Java components, but the end result happens to be HTML5. That's the whole thing, in short. So what Varden is, it's basically a building block, set of building blocks. I like to say that it's kind of a bag of Lego bricks. All the Lego bricks fit together, and you can build whatever you want from them. If you want to change some piece from the structure you have built, just do that. It's a set of components. And the good part is, for Java guy like me, I'm not a web developer. I don't know JavaScript. I don't know any of that stuff. I don't want to fight with Internet Explorers, for example. And the good part is that with one implementation, I can support all these browsers, even mobile browsers. So that's productivity boost for me when I'm doing projects. So the Varden ecosystem, we estimate that we have around 130,000 developers using Varden already globally. And it's Apache licensed. The biggest area of Varden users are from German-speaking countries, I would say. And almost half of the Fortune 100 companies already using our tool for something. But the most important thing is that it's for business apps, web apps. No one does a homepage with Varden. It's for application development, web application development. So this is really important to understand where a framework fits and where it doesn't. So web apps is the thing that we are concentrating. And what we try to give you guys as a developer productivity, of course, the number one thing. And on the other hand, the rich user experience is another. So everyone knows how awesome Java guys are to actually design user interfaces. So we all know that. So we at least try to give you guys, good-looking components and the set that you might even get there without the help of UX people. So even I can do that. But that's what we try to accomplish. But I actually thought that I skip all the slides that we normally have, and I do some live coding for you guys. So I'm doing a simple app. There's a menu on the left and a couple of chart panels in the app. So you can actually see how the Varden programming looks like. So let's go here. I guess everyone can see this pretty big, right? So this is the simplest Varden application that you can find. What we can learn here is that we extend something from the Varden library, and this is technically a servlet. So this is server-side programming, all Java and nothing else. And there's only one method that I have to start using is the init method. And here I just set the content being one label. And let's see if I can actually fire this up as well. Let's see. Well, what do you know? I got the hello world working. Eclipse con rocks. All right. So this is the Varden programming, how it looks like. But let's do something extra. So let's put up the main layout for the whole thing. So everything that you can see here now that starts with my is something that I implemented for you guys for this talk. All the other things are coming from the library, okay? And if we look at here, what the main layout actually looks like, it's just a composition of a few other components, a few layouts, and say how they behave. This is all to it, how they are organized. And that is the main thing here. Next up is the menu. Oops, sorry. Top menu. So again, my menu, having the title, few menu items here, and if you look at the how it actually looks like, the my menu is really simple. When I actually add a menu item there, actually I create a button and I style the button a bit and put it to the actual layout that is behind there. But as you can see, pretty straightforward Java programming, not too complicated. And also here is the listener thing. So I'm going to be the class that listens if someone actually clicks the menu. So let's just show a notification on the screen. All right, let's restart. Next up, oh, come on, go away. Next up, the panels. Come on now, go away. Talk, top, there we go. And the other one, the bottom. So 2 panels here, again, something I implemented for you guys. This is all that is to it, what's the sizing, how it's organized and all that. And the data API that I'm having here, I just have a copy-paste from our charting examples. So this is just Java code again. Let's make the imports work. So just how to create a chart in the Varden way, just Java. So not really interesting for this talk. But if I now actually go and see how this application looks like, this is what comes out. So this is the, you made it, coming through, okay. But that's kind of the how the Varden programming looks like. So this is the way I built the next thing that you're going to see, the dashboard showing the real-time data as well. same stuff here. And one cool feature I'm using actually in this example is that if the data is backend is either slow or I have to wait for something to come in, I want to use the server push. So true server push, WebSockets or something similar. So let's put that up as well. And let's actually remove these and simulate that I have a slow backend now with threads. So 2 threads fired up for the data. And the top data, it's like this one. So I'm using data API that is just slow. And then when the data is coming, I lock the UI and I push the data in. So let's see how this actually behaves now. Where is it? So the app actually came right in, but now we're waiting for the backend to finalize, and it comes when it's ready. So this same mechanism is used when I'm actually getting data from the drone as well. Okay. So that's the Varden programming side. I'll save some time. And this is the last slide I'm going to talk about the Varden framework itself. So what are the cool things that make you guys look good? I think this is the most important thing in all frameworks. They have to make you guys look good so that they are good frameworks. So these are the things that I think are important here. The productivity is the number one, of course. And everything is Java. Also the client side. We use Google Web Toolkit on the client side. So I don't have to do JavaScript if I don't want to. A lot of add-ons. Theming engine, I can program my themes, my CSS files as well. And you can do hybrid apps for mobile world if you need to. And the future is relying on web components, so that stuff is coming as well. Oh yeah, let's go further. Come on. So, next up. What's going on inside the actual cloud. So there I have a Varden app, just a similar one that you just saw. That's taking basically in the data processing. So it's subscribing to the MQTT messages. And then whenever the data comes in, it uses the same server push to give it to the UI. Show that. So that's the whole thing there. So the data processing is like this with the PAHO. I just implement an MQTT callback. I subscribe to a topic, and then there's a listener method. And whenever the data comes in, the method gets called. That's all you need to do. Really, really simple. All right. Now, let's see if everything is OK with our demo gods. OK. Actually, my assistants run away. We're going to fly again. So you'll be warned. Okay. So here is the app running in the Plumix cloud. Let's see if the internet is up. Yeah. It would be much cooler to show you something if the internet would be up. Okay, let's still give it a few seconds. My backup plan to show it locally, at least the dashboard. Actually, I have it somewhere. Okay, here we are. Come on now, start up. Why isn't it starting? Oh yeah, sorry. I forgot the Tom get up on the Eclipse side. Sorry for the hassle. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, something seems to be happening. Okay. Okay, this is somewhat working. This is the local version. The same app is running on my machine here. We can't access the cloud for some reason right now, but let's see with this one. All right, is everything okay? Come on now. Yeah, some data is coming in at least. Yeah, and it's gone. Almost. Come back, please. Thank you. Some movements. Come on. It's a thing. A bad day for the drone today. No worries. It's just a magnet. Yeah. But anyways, the data is being gathered now. So let's put this up again. Yeah. Is the link still up? Yeah. Yeah, no, the link went down actually. Could be easier with the internet here. So let's do this again here. Let's try to open it again. Okay. No, doesn't keep the data. Let's fire this up again. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. If there's a lot of interference, the link just goes down all the time with the drone. So asks a bit of patience. So while we wait, I can tell you guys some facts about these drones. So my colleague had a drone, and his neighbor asked it how high it can actually fly. And they tried it out. And while they actually did that, they just shoot it up to the air, and they never saw it again. So then again, you've been warned. Okay, are we now getting something? Yeah, we are getting something at least. Okay, all right. I really hope that the internet is somewhat up at the moment. Is it? Okay, now we are accessing the cloud service at least. Yeah, for some reason the data is coming in very slowly. I think we're missing most of the data too. when going through the whole set. No, it doesn't really give any data. Okay. Okay, one more try. One more try. Please work now. Because the last thing that I really would like to show you guys is the two-way data. So of course I can read the stuff from the sensors, but when I have to send commands back to the devices, that's when things get interesting. So, but I'm gonna need the internet connection for that one. Okay. All right, it's kind of there. Okay, let's try it anyways. Okay? So, this is the last thing. So what I actually did with the drone for two-way data, I actually implemented in the same app that's running in the cloud in Dallas. There is one view that you guys could access with your mobile phones or laptops. If you follow that address and the internet is working, you should find a page that looks like something like that. Put in your Twitter account and click the button, and there's MQTT message coming back from Dallas to the room, to my laptop, to the drone, and if it comes through, the LEDs will start blinking on the drone. So, if the link is up and working. So, if someone would like to try that out. Let's put this here. Hey, something's happening. Let's put this airborne. Hey, the LEDs are blinking. Someone is coming through with their mobile phone at the moment. Yes, this is working. Awesome, finally. All right, let's celebrate that a bit. Yes. Woo! So let's see, Twitter, Varden drone. So this one has its own Twitter account. So we can see here that Card Ben, where is Card Ben? There, awesome. You made it to the list. And what is this? Torque, there you are. Yes, you got yourself a tweet from the drone. Awesome. So this actually worked. The dashboard didn't work, the connection was too slow for that, but these small messages to actually initiate the LED blinking, those came through just fine. That's awesome. All right, one more time. Here we go. And it's down. Awesome. What a troublesome talk with the internet connection. But anyways, that's all I have. I have used all my time. I'm here afterwards for all the questions you might have. And thank you for your attention. We made it. Yes. Remember the rate, despite all the obvious that happened.